What's up, guys? Sauce here, bringing you some APDL playoff action. Week 2's opponent, this time we are against Sarah Bear and the Coochy Poochyenas. So last time we faced, it was a little bit of luck on my side, got a couple paralyzed hacks here and there, but playoffs, anything can happen, and so can't let your guard down in any way. So Sarah has a really cool team. It has a lot of cool threats that I quite appreciate, such as like Blissey, Rotom, part of the Rotom gang, as well as like some cool niche picks here and there like Skuntank, Porygon 2, and Raticate. But without further ado, let's go check out what I brought this week against the Coochy Poochyenas. So looking at how our teams stack up here, she has a lot of special attackers. So we're going to be mostly on the specially defensive side this week. I mean, apart from like Rapidash and Abomasnow and Raticate, those are really the only, and Skuntank, the only physical attackers. So mainly a lot of special threats here. So we're just going to start off with our boy Grax is the lead. Sneasel with the Focus Sash. This is the first time we've really had him as the lead. We have Pursuit, Fake Out, Taunt, Brick Break. The speed is so that he can outspeed the fastest thing on her team, which is the Espeon, and then stack everything else into attack and round off the HP. So this thing's mainly just to scout out what she's doing, you know, fake out anything that's not Rotom, and if it is Rotom or Espeon, Pursuit trap that thing. So Taunt is just there as like a nice utility in case she wants to set up with something, and you know, mainly there for the Blissey so she doesn't just wall me out. And Brick Break is our final rounding out move just to deal with Blissey, Abomasnow, Skuntank, Raticate. Just nice coverage move, and in the Calyx it did a lot more damage than low kick since her team's pretty light on the weight. So that's Sneasel for the week. After Sneasel we have Sniff the Probopass. We are building a very similar set to what we brought against her the first time around. We have Stealth Rock, which does pretty good chip damage against most of her team, as well as Thunder Wave to kind of cripple her remaining speedy threats in case any of them are scarfed, and Power Gem and Explosion to round things off. So maxed out HP just to gain maximum leftovers recovery, and just did a little bit of split defenses here. After Sniff is Nidoking, My Thing sound effects, and we're bringing them again with a Choice Scarf. Rock Slide, Poison Jab, Earthquake, and Shadow Claw are the moves, just to round out all the bases. Max attack, Adamant Nature, and the speed is there calculated to make sure that we outspeed a Choice Scarfed Ludicolo if she wanted to. So basically outspeeds anything that it should outspeed. So that's the Nidoking. Next up is Stinky Pinky, the Clefable. Magic Guard is beautiful, and just in case she brought the Abomasnow with that chip hail damage, we would not be affected by it. I really wanted to try out this Wish Bounce Toxic Cosmic Power set again, because it didn't really have a chance to do it in the last rematch. So I messed around with the EVs a little bit more this time though, and made it more specially bulky than a split, and again rounding out the HP just to maximize those leftovers. Second to last is Gaffon, our Rotom. We're bringing the same set against her that we did the first time just because it proved super useful against Blissey. The Pain Split, man, it'll chunk a lot of HP away from Blissey. So that combined with Substitute, Life Orb ticking down our own health, we just have our dual stabs going at her. So Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, not a lot of things resist those two. So It's basically clear sailing. So just a standard Rotom set here, maxing out the speed with the speed plus nature, just in case she herself wanted to have Rotom Heat square off against this thing. We would make sure that unless she's scarfed, we would be speed tying, and the remaining kind of just split around between special attack and HP. Last but not least, we got our boy Shroomy, and we have the typical set here. We're maxing out the speed this time, having Substitute, Focus Punch, Spore, and Stone Edge for the Rotom and Rapidash. But yeah, just Breloom doing Breloom things, you know, being annoying. You know, if we can find a good place to swap this in on a Blissey, or yeah, this is basically just another Blissey swap in just to take advantage and swap in and maybe soak in a Toxic that she's going to give us for free with her Toxic Orb. So all in all, that's the team. Those are 6 Pokemon we thought to bring this week. So without further ado, let's head into the game and see how it turned out. So we have Sarah Bear versus Sauce. So we'll start off here. I lead off Sneasel, and she leads off with Blissey. So I just go for a Fake Out just to get that free damage in. And I taunt her because I'm not sure if she's going to Thunder Wave, but she ends up Seismic Tossing anyways, so looks like I'm the fool. I predict another Seismic Toss coming in, so I switch into Guffaw, and this gives me a free moment to substitute. So I don't want Ludicolo setting up a Rain Dance, so I immediately go for Thunderbolt, and as you can see, we're already getting lucky again. Sorry about the crit. It would have been a 2-hit KO instead of a 1-hit KO, but yeah, you don't want to see that happen. So kind of feels bad, but we're off to a hot start. So can't complain. We'll take those in playoffs. So she sends out Raticate and gives a nice Sucker Punch to break the sub, but we're able to get the roll and deal with Raticate. So out comes Espeon, and I know that it's probably going to be faster than me, and I cannot take a Psychic. But instead, Hidden Power comes out, and Stinky Pinky just walls that like it's supposed to. So predicting the swap out, we go for a Wish, but because of the Skuntank, we're going to swap into our Probopass, which lets us switch and get some rocks off. Stinky Pinky's our Espeon wall, so we're just going to keep staying in. But this Psychic's kind of doing some chip damage, so we're going to predict a Psychic coming in again and get our Grax coming in with a nice Wish, and we get the swap out Pursuit. So we get the Focus Sash back intact, and we Pursuit our first Pokemon of the season, which kind of feels cool. So already 6-3, and in comes Blissey. So we don't really want to deal with the Big Mama, so we just go back into Guffaw, as it can't really do too much to me. So I go for a Pain Split here instead of a Substitute, and she smartly reads that and gets off a Toxic, so that was a good play. I didn't really want to deal with this healing shenanigans, so I take the free turn of her healing to swap into Shroomy, which then gives me time to Spore her, make her switch, and then set up a Substitute. So because of the natural cure on Blissey, it's kind of nice because I can just get off a new sleep on whoever swaps in, as the sleep claws are only allowed 1. So this lets me sleep the Rotom Heat, and I can just start tightening up for Focus Punches. So we get one onto the Skuntank, Aftermath procs, but we're okay with that. We're healing off, and we do not want to get Overheat, so we're going to go immediately back in the Substitute just to save ourselves. And we're just going to keep firing off Stone Edges until we miss. So Hottie Bugatti, unfortunately, not hot enough to wake up. And we got the same matchup as last match, with it ending off between Big Mama and Shroomy. So we tighten up and focus punch ourselves a ticket to the semis, which, yeah, we did it. So GG's to Sarah. That was a good game. Honestly, your team's pretty scary to prep for, and I thought we did a good job of making sure that we had answers to what we thought you'd bring. So overall, fantastic season. You had some really cool games against others, and just fantastic time playing you. So good luck in next season, and I hope you kick some ass. But for us now, we are heading into semis, and we're going to be facing up, I'm pretty sure, against Josh, Coach Josh here of the Minnesota Mammoth Swines. Now, Josh and I have a little bit of a history. We kind of have some of the more intense games when it comes to high stakes in the playoffs, and we've kind of gotten each other's number here and there. So it's going to be a real test for us to really see like how well we've been doing. I don't know. It's going to be so much fun. So looking forward to that game, and you know, other games that have happened this week. We're already wrapping up and hoping to see the game soon against Hoop and the Whisperer, with the Bidoofs versus the Letterkenny Lanterns. So that should be a really hype game to watch, as yeah, 4 teams are making it. It's gonna be the winner of those two, Arc, Jkkayy, myself, heading into the crunch time. So overall, yeah, really looking forward to what's coming up next, and stay tuned for another intense game. So thank you for watching, and again, shout out to everybody who subscribes, likes the videos, comments, and thank you for joining Arcanized new server as well, which is really cool to spin off and start up in the Try Hard Tavern. So nice to see friendly faces there, and yeah, so thanks again for watching. See you next video. Go Raichu!